for the next week, or I'm answering questions at the end of the month, ask your question now. It just lets people know, in customer service they would call it a service level agreement. It's kind of like, I will get back to you within 24 hours or something like that. It just lets them know what's going to happen. What you don't want to do is say, I'm answering questions this week, and leave that up and then never answer the questions. Obviously that's a letdown for people. So if you know, like, hey, I'm not going to be able to get to this until next month or something, just be upfront about that, and I think people are really understanding. The other thing is you can use it to specify what kind of questions you're interested in. So maybe you only really want to focus on answering questions about your newest book. So you can say that up front, and people will know that if they ask a bunch of questions about, you know, your previous books or something else, that they're probably not going to get an answer to those. So use that message to really kind of get at what you want from it. Whoa, all right, 2 in 1. Post interesting answers. That sounds like it should be obvious, but I see a lot of authors turn it on and then there's like 5-word answers. You want to really put as much thought and love into it as you can. So I'm not saying you need to write an essay for everything. Some things don't require more than a sentence, but you know, if there is something where it's like, you know, where'd you get the idea for your latest book? That's probably not a 1-sentence answer, right? That's probably an answer that you're like, wow, okay, this took me a year to write. I've been thinking about this a lot. Here's where the germ of the idea came from. This is how I brought it from there to the page. Like, bring that, you know, bring the noise, because people are going to want quality from this, and that's the kind of answer that makes them feel like, wow, this person really took a minute out of their day to respond to me. And those are the answers that tend to get the most action as well in terms of likes and comments. And again, each time they like and comment it, it posts back out into their newsfeed, and you get that social amplification happening. Space out your answers. I mean, you don't have to do this, but I generally think, like, again, you're posting to your feed for people who follow you every time you answer one of these. So if you answer like 100 in a day, we're going to limit it, and we're only going to show like 5 of them, because 100 in a row would be annoying. But I think like a great way to do it is, take 5 minutes every day or 10 minutes every day and answer a question in the morning or at night or whenever that time is that you've carved out for like social media promotion. And you're done for that day, and you've posted something to Goodreads, and it's gone out in your feed, but you haven't like overwhelmed all of your followers with 5 things. It also means you don't have to spend 5 hours one day doing it. You know, you can just kind of do it in little pieces. You'll get an email every time someone asks you a question, so it's not like you have to worry that you are missing out or something like that. So I definitely think, no need to kind of jump in and go crazy with it. And then ask other authors questions. This is kind of a cool thing that if you ask an author a question and they answer it, your name shows up in their newsfeed as well. So this is a good way to kind of reach people who don't already know about you. And if you ask a really great, insightful question and an author gives a really great answer to it, then that tends to be something that helps build a readership as well.